Returning to the Toro Cup match for appearance number 6 and representing Ronin MMA Club, please help me welcome back the Mauler, Melissa Sheppey. And her opponent, representing Charlotte, Jitsu returning for Toro Cup appearance number 3, help me welcome back Dr. J.
I couldn't hear a word you said.
It's pretty loud. It sounds like we're at a wedding, and a very fun wedding at that. All right, these two ladies have had some crazy matches in the last couple months. They've done a series. I believe that was at the Coastal Grappling League, maybe. That series ended with 2-1 for Jen, but Melissa did have a win on her, I believe. Or maybe it was 2-1 Melissa. Either way, this is sort of a rubber match, and now obviously the title's on the line as well, so it is a very big deal. And you talk about Jen Case, she has won ADCC Opens in this division. She has been very dominant on like a national kind of level against proven women from all over. And Melissa Sheppey's been that consummate Toro Cup rider. So many events over the past few years she has been on. And let me tell you, she is a very, very hard lady to shake on the feet or take down. And Jen is looking active in this match, a little bit more active than when I saw her in their first meeting. There was not this emphasis on speed from Jen Case. There is a big emphasis on attacking early now.
Falls off the top, but immediately back on another submission.
Our champion is looking to defend here, and now maybe forced to work on some sort of crunch arm bar. She put a lot of chips into this basket. She's trying to make this one work. Oh, and Melissa thought about tapping there.
Yeah.
You saw the hand hovering.
It's tough when the hand's not doing anything else. You don't know if they're...
Jen has that background in powerlifting, of course.
She's able to lock her hands together.
She's insanely strong. Her husband is a strength coach as well. That Kimura looks like it's in. Oh, but Melissa reverses it back to the S grip, and it is now locked in Jen Case's triangle.
An opposite triangle. Jen will want to look to underhook that leg, trying to just compress that arm and head together as much as possible.
She's pushing on her foot to make the toes get up at that right angle as much as possible, but the arm is still, on that wrong side. So there's obviously Melissa's got some kind of room to breathe here.
But if she just inverts her left knee, it basically turns into an offside triangle.
Where you turn
this
way.
And your hamstring then closes the gap. Or you just attack the arm.
Yeah, she's trying to unlace that arm now. I mean, she's got such a control over the head. You can see she's crunching the head of Melissa down with that thigh. As long as Melissa's head doesn't slip out here.
Yeah.
Jen
her triangle is
control
struggling to stay locked, though. That's why she's forced to use a hand to try to keep it closed. But her left hand, if she scoops as an underhook, that can help pry it open too. But that head does look like it might slip out.
Yeah, but she's addressing it, right? She's trying to circle back around and rebite, it looks like.
It looks like her knee is starting to turn under, which is what she would want to try to finish the actual triangle. But it also has to start thinking about not expending too much on the legs here.
Well, it's like I said, watching Melissa Sheppey over the years that I've been commentating her matches, she's hard to phase. Even this deep in a submission, she's keeping her cool. She's not going to just freak out. She's a stalwart competitor.
So, she didn't like
out,
it.
But
she bailed.
Jen is prioritizes getting back on the feet early, and this is where Melissa actually has some sort of leeway in this matchup, in my opinion. She's not the greatest offensive wrestler of all time, but she is so hard to take down.
Yep.
I've seen so many women in this weight class try to go up against her and take her down, and even really gifted wrestlers like Jen have struggled. You saw that Jen basically broke the posture and then circled to the back instead of opting for these long, drawn-out wrestling exchanges. And that's kind of what tired her out in their last meeting. And now, shades of Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu, we're actually seeing Jen play some seated guard. Professor John Piper definitely probably loving this one in the corner. One of the best seated guard players I've ever trained with.
Yeah, I mean, you have to find a way to be efficient while still making progress here. This is a long match. There's 11 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
And 6 still points.
Yeah, yeah.
Good little dogfight wrestle up attempt.
But this is one of the things about playing as a seated guard player myself. This is the place you end up in seated guard if things didn't go well. You don't. You try not to start here. John, when I go against him, he's always telling me I have to be more patient and make more space and push away more often, because once the bigger, heavier person is over your leg, it's so hard to get them to go away. And you see Melissa Sheppey is just not going away. She was in that rearview mirror for a large portion of the matchup, but we knew in that triangle if her head was to slip out, she was going to be back in this one. And now she's doing a chair sit sort of look here, but Jen is actually the one who's going to end up on top. Did not have her thigh in the right place. Didn't have her legs placed before going for that back take, really.
Jen just has to get that elbow back across the center line.
And now these girls are trying to play a bit of reversal from the opening minute here. Former opponents, I believe, at Toro and at Carolina Grappling League or Carolina Superfight League, Melissa Connors in the corner of Melissa Sheppey, and they train together quite often, travel together quite often, and they've definitely been doing the branching out as much as anybody in the scene has in terms of going to these more international and national competitions down in Texas, down in Atlanta. But Jen, like we said, has that exposure to that higher level at ADCC just a few more times, more often, and has proven that she can win on those stages here. And so she once again finds herself in a do-or-die situation in a title fight here.
So this is great progress made by Jen so far, able to get over the knee, chest-to-chest half. Just looking to get some upper body control. Curious if she'll go ahead and take the pass if it's available, or try to wait for points, but that right hand is just looking for a near side underhook, a crossface, or a reverse crossface. Melissa needs to think about not wanting to be here as we approach the points period, and at what point would she expend some energy to try to improve to a knee shield or
yeah. I think that Melissa's definitely building energy here. She's got a little bit more leeway to work with, obviously. We have more time until points comes on, whereas we wouldn't have nearly as much in any other matchup. So if she does, if she's looking to burst, there's time where you can save energy, allow a stronger position to last longer, because you don't have to worry about getting scored on right now. But the urgency is creeping in with short time left in the sub-only portion. And you also have to be aware that just Jen is strong enough to submit you at any time. So obviously you can't be lackadaisical.
Yeah, I mean, also with this top half Jen has, it's definitely a better position as long as she's continuing to put her weight on. She can rest here as well, and it's going to be much more efficient for her. I would like to see Jen try to take the knees off the floor a little bit, try to add a little tripod pressure to this. That will really start pushing the urgency with Melissa. Two minutes still points. Again, Melissa might be looking for opportunities to just hit the exit button just like that. Rather be here than chest-to-chest half, I'm sure, but...
Yeah, there's more you can work with here, especially Melissa. Melissa can stand up, but we know that Jen is looking at the back attacks, and she had that great back take earlier that she was really able to get before Melissa was even able to react. So now Melissa's anticipating the hook. She's anticipating the back take, which is slowing her down.
The first hook is in. Melissa's standing on that bottom hook, not allowing it to come out.
They're telling Sheppey to get her shoulder to the mat or get her spine misalignment, so she's avoiding the choke, but Jin holds on tight. And Jin's hovering over her, right? So she's making her carry the weight at all times.
Melissa thinking about just standing up. That left foot is posted, but...
I mean, honestly, I think it's one of those things where she is extremely hard to deal with if she does just try to stand up, but obviously the risk factor is very high when we've already seen Jin jump up there once pretty effortlessly.
As we'll say, we have 30 seconds till points.
And I really feel like Jin has already shown that she can do the wedge, the knee wedge breakdown type of back take.
She has one hook in now. She's just waiting for that points period, and that right hook's probably going to come right in if Melissa doesn't do anything.
Melissa's going to know that the point, like she's walking back onto that ankle now. Okay. She's tried to move. She tried something. She tried to change something before the points came on.
This may not be good for Jen.
And
Melissa's coming out.
Melissa's on that twister pass, that like twister style side
that
control.
backstep position.
Backstep position, and it looks like she was about to backstep, and now Dr. Case has her in the full guard.
Good job saving that position by Jen.
Yeah, really salvaged that. Could have been bad. Posture broken down here for Jen Case. They're going to give her that control. She can turn this into a shoulder crunch type of look here. A look that's very popular on her team. Every time I roll with one of those guys, they shoulder crunch me, it feels like.
I mean, not a bad position to be in for Jen. Close guard.
Not with 4 minutes left, but it's, the onus is on her now. It's not going to be on Melissa.
I think passing Jen will be a tough affair, but...
we already saw her almost finish that armbar, and Melissa definitely had to respect it. She had to address that quick. It's crazy how much better both these ladies have gotten since they last met, and that was only 4 or 5 months ago, maybe less time than that. I know Melissa competed at ADCC Atlanta as well, so a lot of competition experience here. Jen looks a lot quicker, too, and her gas tanks held up a lot better in this match. Weaves to the knee shield, but gets past. Gets past to the flat half guard, and Melissa's got a great pinning pass on this side. She's trying to reach
Melissa's tripoded.
Yeah.
I would go back to that tripod. That is definitely...
Jen Case trying to feed through for that lockdown.
That tripod will prevent that lockdown and keep that pressure on.
And
there it is. Jen forced the turtle.
Jen's got to go to that turtle to prevent any scoring. And now Melissa's going to try to sit in with those hooks. She's going to try to stomp down. She's going to lift the head and stomp from the top. Yep, boom.
Oh,
1,
man.
2.
She just stepped right through. That's one hook pretty much set. The left one's being blocked, but Melissa does have the underhook on that side.
Got that wrist.
She's looking to just pull up and throw it in.
Together. Yeah, Melissa is getting a little antsy here. If there's
Jen needs to find her way back to guard.
If there's one thing that's maybe been lacking on Melissa's part in previous matchups, it's that urgency in these situations, and I'm seeing a level of urgency from her. She wants to finish this one.
So there's no pass. Essentially just shoulder rolled to side control.
Yeah, very long way to get there, but yes.
Still 0-0, but Melissa having much easier methods to score now with knee on belly and mount attempts. Let's see if we see an attempt for knee on belly. Elects to just attack the arm. Here comes the knee. Here comes the mount. That's going to be a tap.
I think she tapped.
Yep.
She exhaustion tapped, maybe.
Yep. I mean, that's a long match. Great match. What a war.
and just be careful the whole time. She's so dangerous. She is dangerous. She's an avid competitor. No stranger to Toro Cup.